name is Melissa van Dijk, and in today's video I'm going to show you how you can use your micellar water to remove your makeup. Now you can do this instead of using a regular cleanser, that's completely fine, since your micellar water is able to remove any excess oil, dirt, sweat, sunscreen and makeup from the skin. Now usually when working with micellar water, it is advised to use cotton pads along with it that you're going to soak up and then effectively remove it from the skin. However, you may think of other methods as well, such as if you can use it with your hands. Now this is a method that I wouldn't recommend doing because this can be quite messy. So first of all, if you would dispense the product on the palm of your hand, you are going to lose already quite a lot of product because it's going to run through your hand, so you're going to need more product. So you're wasting quite a lot of micellar water. Then if you're going to massage it over your face and neck, still you're going to get your sunscreen and makeup everywhere because it's going to splash everywhere, and then still you need to find a way to properly remove it from the skin. If you would do this with water, then you can go ahead and just use your regular cleanser as well. So in that case it wouldn't make much of a sense to work with micellar water and using it with your hands. But the other method, which I can recommend, and this can work well as well, would be using a soft cloth. Now this can be a cloth or soft towel, whatever you may want to call it. However, I recommend going with microfiber cloths, something like this, usually also under the name of makeup cloths, which you can use in a dry way or even wet it. And so if you're going to use it with micellar water, you can dispense it on the cloth and then remove your makeup and sunscreen from the skin. This can work well. However, when having a towel at home, that's like a cotton towel or cotton cloth, I wouldn't recommend using something like this because this can be quite rough on the skin, and then when swiping it across your face, this may not feel the best. Therefore, if you want to do it with a cloth, go with a microfiber cloth, something that's very soft and smooth on the skin. However, I'm going to go with, in my opinion, the most effective way on how to remove it, which would be with cotton pads. Now this can be cotton pads that you're going to throw away or reusable cotton pads. I just find it much more convenient because you have like a small circle, you're going to soak it up, not dripping wet, but you're going to soak it up and then effectively get everything off the skin, and then there you have it. And you can use theoretically as many as you like to make sure that it comes effectively off the skin. Now with micellar waters, you have to keep in mind there's usually no rinsing needed, unless it may give you a weird residue afterwards, which I will demonstrate in a moment. However, you're going to use your micellar water on dry skin. So I have my makeup on. This is not what I'm going to take off. So you're not going to wet your face beforehand. This is what you would do with a cleanser. With micellar water, this is not needed. You're just going ahead, take your cotton pad or maybe your cloth as I mentioned earlier, and then you're going to dispense some micellar water onto the cloth or cotton pad and then gently swipe it across your face with a little bit of pressure so it is able to take it off the skin. So now I have wetted a bit, but it's not dripping wet. If it is dripping wet, or if you have soaked it up too much, you may be coming across the issue that when using it around your eyes, that it's getting into your eyes, which is very uncomfortable. So I recommend not overdoing it when soaking up your cloth or cotton pad. This way you're making sure that you're not going to overdo it when using it around your eyes. So if you're removing your makeup with it, the way I personally like to do it is starting off with my base. So removing your makeup or like basically foundation, BB, CC cream at first, and then I'm moving towards the eyes and then lips. And so usually micellar water is able to remove like usual makeup, water resistant makeup, or even waterproof makeup. So the more stubborn your makeup may be, the more patience you need to show, and then you can even give it some time to break it properly down, which I will show you in a moment, so that you then can effectively swipe it away. So I'm going to start off with the base, and then we are moving towards the more colorful part. So go ahead and take your cloth or even cotton pad and then swipe it across your face. Now it's best to always start from the center of your face. So I have like my forehead right here, I'm going to swipe it across, and the other side as well. If you have blended your makeup towards the hairline, I recommend starting with the hairline at first and then getting towards the mid part of your face, because if you're going to start off from the mid part right away, you're going to push more product towards the hairline. So it may also be a great idea to go along the hairline at first and then go towards the center and blend it outwards. So, and now I'm going to start from the center on. Be gentle, but use a bit of pressure. So as you can see, it is able to properly take it off. If you feel like, well, one side is already pretty much full with makeup, go ahead and of course just turn it around so that you're not going to use too many cotton pads. And you could do the same with your cloth, just turn it around or use a different corner or different area to then remove the rest of your makeup. So now I have removed the base from my face. And I'm just going to show you how you can remove your makeup with the washcloth or even like microfiber cloth, again on my neck. So if you have blended it down your neck as well, please don't forget your neck too. And so the way on how you can do it, I personally like to work with the corners of my cloth. And so I'm going to take an area where I'm going to dispense now some product onto the cloth. And as you can see, it's sitting on top, but it needs a bit of time to absorb. So give it a moment until it has kind of absorbed to the cloth. If you like to, you can do this as well, so that it's going to distribute the product on the cloth a bit better, as you can see. And then, again, gently just swipe it across your face, just as I've done with the cotton pad, but you're going to do it with the microfiber cloth instead. And then I'm going down towards my neck. Now, the motions that you're going to do, if you're going to basically pull your skin upwards or downwards, if you're not being too aggressive, in my opinion, this does not make a lot of a difference. There are certain people that prefer to go do the upwards motions. However, I couldn't find really any evidence that this would make a difference based on creating sagging skin. So you can go this way or just do the upwards motions instead. Whatever way you prefer, just make sure that you're being gentle. So as you can see with the cloth, it's not much different as if you would do it with a cotton pad. Now I'm going back to my cotton pads because now I want to keep my focus on the eyes and lips. So if you have one stubborn eye makeup or you have waterproof mascara on, then what I can recommend is go ahead and take two cotton pads. Well, you could do the same with the cloth again, but go ahead and take two cotton pads if you're doing this with the cotton pads, and then you're going to soak it up, but not too much. Please use less as if you would do with the rest of your face, because again, otherwise it can run into your eyes even though you have your eyes closed, and this can be quite uncomfortable. So the more stubborn your makeup may be, the more you're going to hold it on that specific area, like for a few seconds, and then you're going to swipe it away. This way you're going to avoid too much rubbing around the eyes, which may irritate the eye depending on how sensitive the area may be. So I'm going to use less than I used for my face. I'm going to use 2. So about that much more or less. And I'm going to hold it and press it gently on top of my eyes for a few seconds so that I can start to break down my eye makeup. You may want to do a bit of movement as well so they can get everywhere. And then once you feel like it's ready, go ahead and gently swipe it towards the outside. Don't forget the inner corner, because this is often an area where you may forget and then you still have some makeup towards the inner corner even though the rest of your face is clean. So, and then you can see the eye makeup comes off the mascara as well. Now, when it comes to mascara specifically, depending on how stubborn it may be, you can go ahead and fold your cotton pad like this and then gently just press it towards the eyelashes and then do a gentle motion so that you can kind of rub off the mascara, but not too harsh, just very gently. You shouldn't pull out your eyelashes. So that it comes off. And then again, the same for the lower lash line. This way you're making sure that it's not getting into your eyes. I also recommend kind of swiping down if you're keeping the focus on your lashes, so that you're making sure that it's not running into your eyes. So put a little bit of pressure downwards. And then don't forget the lower lash line as well. Also, I recommend do everything in front of the mirror. This way you are seeing if you have missed a specific area so that everything comes properly off. So now that the eye makeup is off, I want to keep my focus on my lips. Now, of course, I just used now one side where I have removed my eye makeup. So theoretically, if you like to keep it like with your cotton pads, just use a few, that's completely fine. You can go ahead and use the other side for your lips now, or just go ahead and take a new one. This of course depends on how much eye makeup you had on and if you have just used one side or both sides. So if both sides are full of makeup, then please go ahead and take a new one. So again, I'm just going to add a bit more. And now I'm going to press it on my lips so that I'm able to take it properly off my lips. So I'm wearing currently a waterproof lip liner that I've used over the entire lip, and then a bit of lip gloss so that you can see it is able to break down waterproof products as well. So as you can see, everything is able to come off. So just as I did with my eyes to press it on, I did the same with the lips. What you now can do is, that's something that I prefer to do, to make sure that everything comes off, I'm just going to use one last cotton pad and I'm going to swipe it across my face, around the eyes and lips as well, just in a very gentle way. This way I'm making sure that any residue that's still left on the skin, that's going to properly come off. Because with micellar water, those are usually non-rinse off products. So if you're not going to rinse it off, or you're not going to do a double cleanse with it, then you need to make sure that everything came properly off the skin. So again, use a bit. I'm just going to use less than I did the first time, but still enough so that I'm able to take it off. So, and as you can see, there's still a little bit that came off, but now with the new cotton pad that I've used, I was able to take the last traces off the skin. And so this is basically how you can properly use your micellar water to remove your makeup. Now, if now your skin feels completely fine, it does not leave a weird residue, and that's completely fine for you, how it feels on the skin, how clean it now is, well then you can stop right here and then there you have it. However, sometimes micellar water may leave a weird residue afterwards, where it makes your skin like a little bit more, not really dry or sticky, but sometimes this can be a bit the feeling, or you may feel some like oily residue afterwards, depending on the micellar water that you may have. Well, then you can go ahead, even though they say it's non-rinse of product, you still could go ahead and rinse it off with just plain water. Without a cleanser, just water is enough, and then just take a towel and pat the skin dry. So this is completely fine if you should feel the need. So either stop right here, or now go ahead and rinse it off again with water. So I now take a towel and pat the skin dry. So there you have a method on how you can use your micellar water to effectively remove your makeup from the skin. And again, it is completely fine to use your micellar water instead of a regular cleanser if that's a method that works the best for you, since sometimes cleansers can make the skin a bit more drying, rather than micellar waters usually feel more hydrating on the skin. So there you have some benefits when it comes to micellar water as well. They are effectively, but do not really dry out the skin. And so in that specific case, this is what I wanted to share with you on how you can properly remove your makeup with it. I do hope that you enjoyed this video, that you find it helpful. If you did so, please don't forget to give a thumbs up as well as share it. And if you now want to know how you can do a double cleanse using your micellar water and then moving into another cleansing step, well, I have a specific video for you on my YouTube channel, and I'm going to leave it at the end of this video so that you can keep on watching. If you want to know more about skincare in general, you will find loads of videos on my YouTube channel, so feel free to check them out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon in the next one. Happy skincaring. Bye!